One. All right, welcome back. This is our second episode, and I want to say, just to kick this off, is I've been looking forward to doing this. I've been very excited, and I hope in the long run, like the energy to continue to do this. I'm hoping for for 10 years. If we can do this for 10 years, that would be I'll be in my 50s, in my 50s.
I'll be where you are, like we mentioned last
Exactly.
week.
And I think that would be super, or at least 9 years, because then it would make total sense. Like, we are able to do this a decade and we can compare and contrast. Like 9 years minimum would be my goal. And I hope to continue to have this energy to do this every week.
We're
The
gonna start
same
doing things
energy.
in nines now.
Yeah. So that's what I'm looking forward. So thank you again for joining me on this Sunday early evening to record and just have a good conversation.
What's up, guys?
Yep. And so to kick it off, I'll go. I'll start off first. Actually, no. I think you'll start off first this week, because I think you actually took notes, and that was a stupid thing. I should have took notes as I was going through my week. So go ahead and kick it off, Ray.
Yeah, my positive item for the week. I'm sure millions of people are probably going to be having this as their positive or item they look forward to seeing the most. But I'm going to throw a shout out to the Artemis 2 splashdown. That's my positive of the week. I spent a little bit of after work time watching with my coworker the splashdown on our TV in the office, and that was a really cool event. It really brought me back to like the Scholastic book fairs back in elementary school back then, because I
Wait,
was getting that like
how are you relating that to the Scholastic Book Fair?
because that wonder, that feeling of like watching like science happen. Like same thing when I was looking at the Scholastic Book Fair, I was looking through all those science magazines and like even like the coffee table books that you see. I always enjoyed flipping through them as a kid, just to see like what they bring up, what new knowledge, vocab. That's got a pretty picture next to it too, with all the science stuff. That was always something I looked forward to, even though like I didn't buy anything from the Scholastic Book Fair. But back to the Artemis 2, I thought it was a really cool feat for humans or mankind, and like having that joy of watching that spectacle of a coworker was like a really cool feeling for me.
The spectacle of a coworker? What do you mean?
The spectacle of watching the Artemis 2 splash down with my coworker.
That's your positive?
Yeah, like having that feeling back of like just enjoying like watching those things with your coworkers.
Wait,
Like,
you watched it live as it was
yeah,
streaming?
yeah, on YouTube.
Oh, wow. I mean, I knew they were streaming it and doing all that stuff. It was Thursday afternoon, right?
Yeah, no, Friday.
Friday? You
Yeah,
sure?
yeah,
Not Thursday? I don't remember.
it was
I
Friday.
don't remember. Uh, so I mean, I don't really have much to say, but here's my take on all that space and stuff. Uh, we know that space technology eventually trickles down into different aspects of society. And,
Yep,
a lot of
consumer products
yeah,
eventually.
exactly. So, but one thing I will have to say, I mean, I hope it eventually just all that technology, all that research and development, I think is super important. Science is super important, and I just hope that we just fix this planet. I don't really care to go to space. I don't really care about a lot of these things. Like, I don't care to go to Mars or anything, because we're not going to be the ones going to Mars. It's somehow supposed to be like for the future of humanity. I don't know. I think if we could just do a better job just taking care of the planet we are on, that would be all that we need to do,
Yep,
honestly.
I agree. I just saw a post the other day on social media about the emperor penguins. They're now labeled endangered again because of climate change. So I feel pretty bad about like What can we do to help that? It's climate change. I don't know what humans can do against that. It's pretty hard to fix.
Those are the penguins that grow up to 3 feet high.
Yeah.
3 feet. That's half of my height. That's um, I mean that's really what it comes down to. I surf a lot, and there's definitely a lot of changes I see where I surf, just in the few years that I've been surfing here, and that's really all I hope for that we can do is just maintain and make better the world that we're living in. So, all this space travel and people trying to build these things to, I don't know where they're trying to go, to the moon, go to Mars. Like, I think a lot of that is fine. I think it's fine. It's great, because there's a lot of positive impact, but it should definitely, we should refocus on Earth. Like, I wish, and this goes into my sci-fi. This is why I read a lot of sci-fi stuff, because sci-fi has been, as a genre of movies, books, and television, it has,
And games.
yeah, and games, yeah, and imagined what the world can be like, and like the one thing is, I wish we all recognize that we're all just people. We're just people, and we should really just try to work together as people, as one species, and not see division, and really work together, versus let's 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 go into war and all this other stuff that I think are just does not progress humanity's in the greater picture of things, does not push us forward. But that's kind of like how I feel about it, and you can say that's my sci-fi take. Like, if you watch the Netflix Three Body Problem, I read the series, and that I always was talking about, if aliens were to ever show up, humanity would bond together. But then this author, who I don't remember, it's Chinese author, had the whole imagination of, if it did happen, he outlined the different fractions humanity would break into. We wouldn't
Oh yeah.
actually completely bond into one cohesive species and defend ourselves. So that was really neat. And I would say the show on Netflix is, I didn't actually watch it, but it got me into reading the series. So that's how I imagine, like Star Trek.
Star
Growing up, I
Trek.
watched Star Trek,
I love Star Trek
where it's just humanity trying to do what's the good to push
space
things forward.
as
Yeah.
well. They help other species out there.
The Federation, right?
Yeah, they go to
Federation, yeah.
each planet when there's something like that's endangered, and they try to protect it, salvage it, restore it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like what they should do here for our planet, but they do it for other planets out there. But also just to explore space as their main goal.
Yeah. I mean, but that's totally. I get it. I'm glad you were able to hang out with your coworkers and have that moment together. I
Yeah,
wish.
I don't normally hang out with my coworkers too much, so that was like a rare opportunity for me to like bond with one of my coworkers, just to like watch science happen.
I get it, because post pandemic, like, people just don't hang out. Like, coworkers, you don't have the opportunity to hang out that often. I remember pre pandemic. I mean, I routinely hung out, happy hour, or just eating lunch together, or all these. Now post pandemic, and it's completely different. Doesn't have the same mindset. Like, people don't have the same mentality of just like chilling together. Work is a place that you meet up and then you do work, but then when you have like free time or leisure time, or you go on break together, like those moments where you just take a walk together, oh, I do miss those days. And it goes, and this is my greater argument. I know there's still 10 more decades in this century, but the best decade has already passed for this century. We lived it. It was the teens. It's the 2009 to 2019. That decade, or 2010 to 2020.
It's not even fair. I was still like a kid for the start of the 2009 through like 2012, 13 era.
Well, I'm glad that I've lived it. I think that was the best decade. It's probably going to continue to be the best decade, but who knows? Maybe, because I can say the 2020s, the 20s of this century, kind of sucky.
Yeah, it started with the pandemic.
Yeah, definitely sucky, and then at this point, it still kind of sucks, and it hasn't been great. So maybe the 30s of this century will be pretty good. Who knows? Who knows? We'll live to see it, hopefully. But yeah, that's my hot take of another larger conversation I can have down the line. But let's continue on. What's your negative or your minus for the week?
My negative of the week, something that happens, I guess, frequently. Um, I I like to spend time watching shows with my wife, and like she and I have different bedtimes altogether. We will have different work schedules, so
Yeah.
I wake up earlier, she sleeps later. You know, that type of schedule where we're kind of
Yeah.
like opposites. But I do try to spend as much time as I can at night. I'll stay up past like what should be a normal bedtime for early morning folks. So like I'll eventually fall asleep watching shows with her, and like when I do fall asleep, I'll maybe wake up like an hour and a half later, and like my body, it's like in that self temperature regulating mode where your body's
Okay.
all hot and all that, and like it's hard for you to fall back to sleep. So like when I try to actually go back to sleep, go upstairs, get to bed, like it's not easy.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I end up staying up for like another hour or two, and it just screws up my morning the next day because of that. Because I feel unrested.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I get it. I get it. I also, I mean, I go to sleep in like a couple hours from now. I don't think you're that early.
No, dear no.
And a couple hours is my sleep schedule is 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. That's my 8 hours. It's my
Yeah, I'm
rest
like
time.
10 to 10:30 typically, and then I wake up at 5 and 6, between 5 and 6.
Yeah, but I mean, how much time do you need to get to work? You get
Well,
ready and all that stuff.
I don't leave for work until between 7:30 and 8.
Oh, I mean, that's not too bad. You got about an hour.
Yeah, but when I
Some
wake up
time.
or sleep between 10 and 10:30, and like I fall asleep on the couch, I wake up at like midnight, and then like it's a hot mess for me to try to get back to sleep immediately because I don't get sleepy yet. It takes me like another 30 minutes.
I'll tell you one thing is, okay, most people will say don't scroll on your phone before you sleep. I scroll on my phone for about 15 minutes before I go to sleep, and I think I'm conditioned to the point where it's like white noise to me.
Right.
And I just watch some videos on TikTok, and then I know it, I'm just tired, and then I pass out. That's while all the science in the world, whatever, will say that's kind of bad for you. They'll keep you awake. I'm fine. I think it doesn't bother me as much, but that's how I fall asleep on a
I'm like
day-to-day
one of
basis.
those classic dads on the couch fall asleep with to the TV type of thing. Like last night, I had one of those situations again, but like Coachella is happening this weekend right now, and like Bieber's set was last night, so I threw it
You stayed
on.
up to watch it,
Um,
or you
I
put
didn't.
it on?
I put it on, but like he was already done by the time I put it on.
Oh, okay.
But like I put it on, and like I was just using it as white noise, even though I was interested in watching it at the same time. But like I did fall asleep to it at the end. I
He's
will.
performing in week two, weekend
Yep,
two.
weekend two. Yep.
Okay, then you'll be able to catch him.
Yeah.
mean, I don't-
I
I
didn't
don't
want
know
to
when
watch
it'll-
any of the acts right now that were going to happen next weekend, just for spoilers. So I try to avoid watching most of the stuff that's happening right now, except for
Oh
like
man,
a couple
it'd be
items.
pretty neat if you could record at Coachella. That would be pretty awesome. You just need to
It's
have a
gonna
good
be from my
internet connection.
hotel.
So yeah, we got to rearrange our time a little bit. I mean, all the sets
It's gonna be
started
in the
at 4.
morning.
Yeah, so Yeah, let me know like day two because you're gonna be there all weekend.
Yeah, I'll be there starting Friday evening.
Okay, this is gonna be pretty awesome. You're reporting on site from Coachella, 2026.
So if we do our normal recording schedule day, it'll be Sunday, day 3, the last day.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, that would do a good recap. We'll record it kind of morning or afternoon or before you guys head out. I think the sets all start at 4
They start at 1.
or something like that. That's, I mean, if you want to catch something at 1, that's up to you.
Yeah, it's more just getting there on time to make sure we're not delayed by the shuttles because we're using the shuttles.
Got it. Got it.
So I
Okay.
used that white noise as a way to fall asleep, and then I woke up like a few hours later just to turn it off.
Yeah, I'll remember. I'll look forward to recording that one because then you'll be, your whole scenery will be different. You'll be in a different area. I think that would be pretty cool. So I'll remember. We'll set a schedule for that.
Yeah, we'll see how that works. I'm not sure yet. We'll see.
You just
I
need
can
a good
do a
internet
field
connection,
reporter,
that's
you know?
it. Well, you don't need to go and carry your phone around and do that. But at your hotel room, 2 days of event coverage, or you'll be able to at least tell us how your experience is like.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a slog
Yeah.
by that day. I'm not
Pretty-
known to like
pretty
stay up anymore.
Okay. I mean, hey, just have a good time when you go and do that. That's all. Just have a good
Yeah,
time.
and then I'm probably leaving work or leaving for work like immediately after the headliner on Sunday night, so I can make it back without hitting any traffic too.
Wow. Can't believe it. That's gonna be pretty awesome. I never cared to pay to go to these things, so I want to know what it's like when you go and do this.
It's my first time.
Well, you live in Southern California, so do it. If I live close like you, I think I would do it at least once.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, what's your positive?
Okay, we're gonna switch it over. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with my negative first. I'm gonna call it
Okay.
my dumbass moment. So I was telling my wife too. I was walking around the mall, and for the longest time, all my life, I thought that cinnamon bun, like store,
The Cinnabon?
I thought it was called Cinnabun. Cinnabun, not Cinnabon. All my life, because think about it. Think about it. This is this
I
is
mean,
what
cinnamon,
happened,
yes,
right? It totally makes sense.
but
I
it's
don't know
spelled
why they-
M-O-N, pronounced
I
M-I-N.
don't know why they ended it with Bon, right? Because if you go to the grocery store, your generic cinnamon roll is like either called a cinnamon roll or a cinnamon bun. In fact, I saw it at IKEA today. It's called cinnamon bun.
Right.
And then, like, if I was going to shorthand it, I would call it cinnamon bun, not cinnamon bon, cinnabon. I would call it cinnabun, because then you're like combining the two. That makes more sense. So I think as a child, when I saw that, it just like either I just filled in the gap myself, and it just like cinnabun. And then it was just recently I was like, wait a minute, it is just a cinnamon roll, right? That's what it is.
I think so, but I know there's desserts. I don't know at Cinnabon, but desserts called like bonbons.
Yeah, but that's completely different. When I look at a Cinnabon thing, it's just cinnamon rolls. That's
What
all
do
it is with a
bonbons look
bunch of
like?
frosting. What?
What do bonbons look like?
I don't know. You can look it up if you want. I think bonbons are like little candies, little round things maybe.
Did
But
I wonder if that was like an original product they had first or something.
Could be. I don't know the history, but then that was my dumbass moment of the week. Where
You
I
live
was
your
just
whole life.
like it's not just this stuff. I'm pretty sure there are other things. It's not like the Mandela effect. You know how they say like Sinbad was in that movie. Like I forgot what the name was, but he never starred in the movie where he was a genie, but everyone thinks he was. It's not that. It doesn't feel like that. It's just more like my brain just you know how your brain fills in the gaps
Yeah.
of things. when it's trying to figure out, and then it just connects. That is what I think happened as a child when
What
I
does
was
the
a
logo
child.
for Cinnabon look like? Look
I
this up.
mean, it's just a word. It's just a word. It doesn't have a picture, I don't think.
That's just the words. But
Yeah,
very
it's like
clearly an
frosted.
O and not a U.
I mean, as a child, it probably made sense as a bun because I looked at it as a bun.
Yeah.
So that's my moment of this past week. But I would end this episode on a high note. Um, and this is pretty silly. I think I had multiple high notes. I mean, I live a pretty positive outlook kind of life. So I think my wife laughs. Um, so I can fit. I now I'm so happy that I can fit in the extra small.
What?
Extra small. So okay, so looking back like 4 years ago, nearly 4 years ago, I was like this fat ass dad bod. I wore large. To go from large to extra small, and I'm talking about just like shirts and tank tops,
Yeah.
and I wear an extra small in the gym, and I'm just like, wow, this is this is that moment. Like I don't weigh myself.
Is
I
that not
don't
tight on you?
it's not that tight, because I'm working out in the gym.
Yeah, but like the sleeves for your arms or
I
shoulders.
mean, it's tank
Oh,
top
okay.
wise.
Tank top.
But what really like I lost my love handles. I think that was like the biggest moment. So I would let me digress a little bit. So many years ago, I bought jeans. I bought jeans size like 32-30. I got fat and I was like, I'll never be able to put these back on again. And then I donated them. And then now that I'm even slimmer than I was probably ever in my life at any point, I'm like, wow, I wish I had those jeans still instead of donating them because I just gave them away and they were fine. I
Yeah, but
didn't
that's
even.
many years ago. You wouldn't know.
I mean, I would know because I just put them in the donation pile like 4 years ago, or I don't remember, thinking that I'll never fit in these jeans again. So this past week when I was ordering the extra small tank top and I could fit in it and it actually fits, and I don't have the hips, the love handles squeezing out. I was just like, this is what a 4 years, nearly 4 years. I was like 3 years, 9 months of just being active and doing like 20,000 steps a day and surfing a lot and lifting and doing cardio. And granted, I never seriously ran like a mile. I just walked a lot but continuously and consistently doing this
So
has
your
gotten me
Apple
to a
Watch
point.
fitness activity, that 5K is just you walking?
It's just me walking, just walking, just walking every day. I do like 20,000 steps a day, which is, I'm not saying people should, probably don't need to, but I think the difference between how I don't just go to the gym to work out. I think I go to the gym. If I had to separate, it's like I go to train. Is my mentality. My focus is
Yeah, how
go to
long do you
train.
spend in the morning at the gym?
Nowadays I'm close to like 4 hours. It's like a part-time job for me.
Yeah.
To, but here's the difference. Is my program because I went through the certified personal trainer program. I applied that to myself. I didn't go hire a trainer to tell me and build a program. I went to learn it so I could build myself a program. And the I don't know how to describe, but I have so much energy to go every morning. It's now a habit. The only time that I really don't go is like my upcoming vacation to Hawaii, where instead of working out, it's kind of like a recovery vacation. I go to surf instead, but I do surf a lot. Like I'll spend half the day surfing. Um, Granted that a lot of times I'm just sitting out there on the ocean, not necessarily like you're paddling continuously and surfing the whole time, but just being out in the water. That's kind of my rest and recoveries. But I just hope this is my hope. And I'm there so often. These like past 4 years I've been at the gym. Like the morning crew. Well, I'm always there first at 4 a.m. and then other people start showing up and I say good morning to everybody.
This is the gym at your apartment
Yeah,
place,
yeah,
or your?
yeah. Gym at my apartment, but it's like a full size gym. It's big. It's got everything you need to stay in shape. It's not like a hotel gym. At least a normal hotel gym
Right.
where it's like they just put a couple machines and call it a gym. It's a legit gym. Um, and I think the biggest takeaway for anybody out there, anybody whoever, like I'm not telling you give you advice or give you tips or anything, but the only thing I would say that any and everyone can do is just stay active. Just stay active.
Yeah,
That's really it.
that point I completely agree on. I think being active all the way till like your senior years, it's just gonna pay off for you.
Yeah, and if you need to be scared straight or whatever, go to a nursing home or think about can't wiping your butt when you're old. That's like that fear that's in me. Like I don't want someone taking care of me. I want to be able bodied when I'm 70. Well, actually, everything leads to surfing for me, so I want to be able to surf till I'm like 75 or something. That's my biggest thing. So that's my
You're gonna become
dumbass
like
moment.
Master Roshi.
Uh, who the hell? Oh, that's the Dragon Ball Z dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you can say that, but that's my dumbass moment of the week, and also my uplifting moment every day when I go work out and stuff. Um, but
Yeah.
that's kind of a wrap for this episode. But I am looking forward to hearing more about you and Coachella because that's going to be something really cool.
Yeah, I'll preface this by saying I'm not a music festival type of person. I've never been to a music festival,
Yeah, don't
so
start
being at Coachella was it's
dressing
gonna
up
be
like
totally
those half
different.
naked dudes and rave outfits or whatever. I don't even know. I don't even know.
That's just part of the culture
I think
with
that's an
these music
EDM.
festivals.
That's EDM.
I mean, yes, EDM, but
Yeah,
also
but
just
Coachella, I don't
music
think you have to
festivals
go
in
that
general.
hard.
I think.
You can just be like normally dressed.
You can. I've seen the live streams. It's a mixture of both.
Yeah, I'm
And I
sure
think it's
it's hot.
also like the audience and crowd that bleeds into it.
Yeah. Hey, but looking forward to next week. We'll record. Catch you in was it Palm Springs, right? Palm
Palm
Springs,
Springs,
Coachella.
well, Indio, California. It's
Yep.
close to in Palm Springs.
Yep. So, thank you to our early audience, and looking forward to a field report from Coachella 2026 from Ray here.
That'll be very fun and very different. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, man. Thank you for joining me tonight. I'm actually going to hop off and go eat dinner, but we'll speak again next week, okay?
All right. Catch you guys on the flip side.
All right.